Hello and thanks for staying with us. On this week's edition of the program, we bring you some of the important events that took place in Nigerian Customs Service in 2024. Plus, more reports. I am Egeseme Edie. Stay tuned.
The Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) has handed over 21 stolen vehicles to Canadian authorities in a significant move to combat international car theft. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, who disclosed this during the handover in Lagos, decried the alarming trend of West Africa emerging as a hub in the global stolen vehicle trade. He said this illicit network spans continents stretching from Europe and North America to South America and Australia. Adeniyi stated that the Interpol reports confirm Nigeria's prominence in this illicit trade, compounded by data from the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), which revealed that only 54% of stolen vehicles were recovered between 2013 and 2015.
Enforcement initiative aimed at disrupting the flow of stolen vehicles into Nigeria through our ports and border stations. It was launched as a collaborative effort between Nigeria Customs Service, the Economic Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), and the Canadian authorities. The operations focused on intelligence sharing, coordinated surveillance, and strategic interdiction. The operation's primary objectives included identifying and intercepting stolen vehicles, dismantling trafficking networks, and strengthening international cooperation in combating transnational vehicle theft. This multi-agency approach was designed to leverage the unique capabilities and jurisdictional advantages of each of the participating organizations. Through enhanced intelligence gathering and strategic deployment of resources, our officers at various commands have successfully intensified surveillance operations while ensuring minimal disruption to legitimate trade flows. A recent intelligence...
The customs boss, who emphasized the economic implications, warned that the activities undermined President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reform agenda and damaged Nigeria's international reputation as a hub for commerce. He said the service is forced to divert substantial resources towards enhancing border management and rigorous verification processes. Adeniyi explains that this strains Nigeria's capacity and threatens efforts to attract foreign investment and establish the country as a reliable trade partner.
Over the past several months, we have intensified our operations, particularly against vehicle trafficking syndicates operating within our borders. According to Interpol's reports, West Africa has emerged as a notable destination hub in the global stolen vehicle trade network, which extends from Europe and North America to as far as South America and Australia. This challenge is particularly acute in Nigeria. NBS statistics shows that between 2013 and 2015, only 54% of stolen vehicles were recovered, which highlights the scale and sophistication of this criminal enterprise. The growing incidence of stolen vehicles finding their ways into our region has become a matter of serious concern, as it not only undermines our legitimate automotive market, but also strains our security infrastructure.
Adeniyi also said that at the Tinkan Island port, additional vehicles, including 3 Toyota Highlander 2021 models, were recovered through intelligence-led operations. He attributed the success to enhanced risk management systems and robust international partnerships.
Since the appointment of the Comptroller of Customs, Mr. President, all commands have been meeting their various targets and surpassing their target in all the commands in the country. We now bring you some of the events that took place in 2024.
Support efficient and intelligent business decisions and to facilitate the ease of doing business. I am pleased to inform you that Bodogu is one of the main deliverables of the Nigerian Customs Service Modernization Project. Since the commencement of pilot activities, we have made significant strides in preparing for this rollout. Different users of the systems have been trained to be familiar with a more simplified interface and the new tools at their disposal. This terminal has received upgraded network infrastructure to meet modern demands, as we will see more complexities in declarations and address the peculiarities in our trade system. I can confidently say that the era of network downtime would be behind us. Furthermore, we have successfully tested and we are now ready to deploy integration APIs with our key partners in the trade supply chains, including our banks, shipping lines, bonded warehouses, and partner government agencies. Our stakeholder interactions to sensitize traders and agents on Bodogu have yielded overwhelmingly positive feedback. We will continue to engage and listen to their concerns, and I assure you that Bodogu is here to stay, and we will address those concerns effectively. Today, therefore, marks a significant milestone as we commence user creation on Bodogu, which will give users access to their work environment within a unified platform.
At a press conference of this nature, which was held sometimes at the Tinkan Island port in Lagos some couple of weeks ago, I had disclosed that there were attempts by criminal elements who are seeking to exploit our trade facilitation-friendly posture to compromise our processes and our procedures. With our robust risk management system, we have always remained a step ahead of their moves. When these attempts revolve around revenue generation, our automated audit systems at different levels enable us to trace, to track, and to recover the revenue. However, when such efforts are geared towards creating actions that will produce irreversible consequences on national security, our alert level is elevated to match the nature of the threats posed. And so it was this case with this container of reference, a 40-footer container number MAEU165396, which originated from Turkey. And based on a number of risk factors associated with this importation, it became a subject of interest for the Nigerian Customs Service. We had followed its sale across continents as we benefited immensely from credible information produced through our collaboration with intelligence communities, both at the local, national, and international levels. So working within our local structures in Nigeria, we followed diligently as the importer of this container attempted to circumvent our procedure through the outlet of a private bonded terminal.
The Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) has been awarded the prestigious Golden World Award (GWA) for crisis communication by the International Public Relations Association (IPRA). The award, recognizing NCS's outstanding public relations efforts, presented during a grand ceremony in Belgrade, Serbia, was received by Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi on behalf of the NCS from IPRA President Natasha Pavlovich Bojas. Noting that the recognition came from the 100 Days of Impactful PR at Customs Service campaign, the Comptroller General highlighted the campaign's impact in addressing critical challenges during his first 100 days in office. He explained that the campaign was about crisis communication, as the entry submitted during this period was recognized as the best from the perspective of addressing the campaign's challenges, its impact, and the positive outcomes that had been seen.
One award that recognizes the campaign, the communications campaign, which was undertaken by Image Merchant Nigeria Limited on behalf of Nigerian Customs Service. And this was principally focusing on the activities of Nigerian Customs Service in the first 100 days of my assumption of duty as Comptroller General. Of course, there were a lot of challenges that were faced, and most of the challenges that were faced speak to how we manage crisis. So the campaign was about crisis communication, and the entry that was submitted during this period was selected as the best from the perspective of the campaign that was impactful.
We've restructured our operational strategy. We based our operation on intelligence gathering, and with the aid of high tech, with our profiling of risk analysis, these three combined factors really aided us in achieving this. It's not a day job. Even as I'm talking to you, we are still gathering intelligence more. Some of these drugs were intercepted along the express on the way to the east, some to the north. Some were intercepted within Lagos because, you see, the mode of distribution of drugs has changed. We too, we are changing with them. They are no longer using big truck. You know, one of our press conferences we did in the past, we showcased a truck load of India hemp. But now what they do is to use smaller buses to distribute, conceal it with general goods. But with the aid of intelligence, I think we always get them. And sometimes, if they know that we're almost getting them, the drivers or the owners will bolt away on sighting, on knowing that things are not going to work out. They have been caught. And it's in line of that that we're able to intercept, some, then with suspects. We have 4 suspects here, which they can let us know, though we have to protect them. That's the reason why we cannot expose them to you, so that it will not jeopardize our further investigation, especially by our sister agency who is taking over the case from us.
On decision.
So, owing to actionable intelligence, our operatives stormed a hideout somewhere in Zulu environs and evacuated this site of pangolin at about 16:00 hours on the 24th of May this year. In the process, it was devoid of any rancor, casualty free. As I said before, pangolin is one of the endangered species that is protected by the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and flower CITES. It is instructive to note that Nigeria is signatory to CITES Convention, and all forms of trading in this species are clearly illegal. The Nigeria Customs Service will continue to partner with CITES to forestall the identified species from going into extinction.
You are watching the program Customs Report. We'll still continue with some of the important events that took place in the Nigerian Customs Service in 2024.
The Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) has taken swift action against two of its officers involved in the maltreatment of individuals in a viral video. Superintendent of Customs T.A. Inemuga and Assistant Superintendent of Customs 2 G.O. Aburibo have been identified, arrested, and handed over to the Customs Police Unit for further investigation. According to the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, the behavior of these officers does not reflect the professional practice of the service, which is committed to holding its officers to the highest standard of integrity and professionalism.
Two erring officers will be handed over to the Custom Police Unit for further investigation. The behavior of these officers does not reflect the professional practice of the service, especially now that the service is committed to holding its officers to the highest standard of integrity and professionalism. The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, condemned in strong terms the unethical conduct of these officers and directed that the officers should be taken to the NCS headquarters.
The NCS has condemned the unethical conduct of these officers and directed that they be taken to the NCS headquarters for a full-scale investigation and decisive disciplinary measures.
Decisive disciplinary measures will be taken. In addition, the complainants are also requested to make themselves available to assist in the ongoing investigation. The service remains committed to ensuring transparency in all its operational mandates. As such, it will not condone any form of misconduct within its ranks and will continue to work for the overall interests of the Nigerian public.
The complainants have also been requested to make themselves available to assist in the ongoing investigation. The service remains committed, according to the CGC, to ensuring transparency in all its operational mandates and will not condone any form of misconduct within its ranks. The NCS will continue to work for the overall interest of the Nigerian public. The Port Terminal Multi-Services Limited (PTML) Area Command of the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) has announced the onboarding of 25 banks to its new Unified Customs Management System (BODOGU) as part of efforts to enhance trade facilitation and revenue generation. Customs Area Controller of PTML Command, Comptroller Teni Daniel, debunked claims that 4 vessels were stranded at sea due to issues with the platform.
Bodogu. As you are all aware, Bodogu came on board on the 23rd of October 2024 when the CGC of Nigerian Customs Service came here to launch it. And thereafter, there was a commencement of Bodogu. But I'll give you a short history before then, before the coming of the CGC. The very moment the Bodogu issue came up, when custom was to set it up, because they're primarily a custom-originated initiative backed up by the federal government of Nigeria through the instrumentality of instruction from the Ministry of Defense, that's Minister of Defense, to commence. As you all know, the Bodogu is a platform for customs to do transactions. This is ably backed up by Section 28 of Nigerian Customs Act 2023. The moment the initiative began, we discovered that the ex-provider, service provider, NICES, that's the Web Fontaine in particular, they switched off Bodogu, they switched off PTML.
Daniel, who clarified that vessel turnaround time has improved since the system's launch, said allegation that vessels are stranded due to Biodogu's failure is completely false, and disclosed that vessels have been discharging and departing efficiently. Revealing that the first transaction on the platform saw a payment of over 2.55 billion naira, he said the new platform has significantly boosted revenue, with PTML Command recording its highest ever monthly revenue of 44.9 billion naira in November 2024.
And because they don't like change, the desire for most of our agents, stakeholders, to hook on to the platform, to register as agents using Bodogu platform, they were not forthcoming. However, of recent they have started coming, and we agree, we say thank you for that. But the most important thing is this, that we are saying that Bodogu has no problem.
He emphasized that their turnaround time for properly declared roll-on, roll-off, ro-ro cargo remains 2 hours, provided compliance is ensured. However, Daniel maintained that national security and revenue will not be sacrificed.
Ago, our sister command in One, that's the Area 2 of the Nigerian Customs Service, had made very significant seizures of illicit importations into the country. And given the alarming trend of these illicit importations through that axis, the Controller General of Customs, CGC Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, FNIPR, DSM, PSC, DAGA, not only declared that axis as a state of emergency, but further directed all seaports, custom formations across the country to step up vigilance in ensuring that no illicit, outlawed, offensive, or dangerous items come into the country through our areas of jurisdictions. This command, gentlemen of the press, is a relatively young one, given our years of establishment. However, it is very, very strategically located. And that strategic location has positioned us in the fight against illicit importations.
On the instruction of the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, DSM, PSC, DAGA, we shall be handing over 6 containers carrying falsely declared and unwholesome pharmaceuticals and controlled products to the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. This handover further underscores the robust interagency collaboration between the Nigerian Customs Service and other sister government agencies in the port. It further demonstrates our ability to prevent illicit importation from entering the Nigerian market through the ports. As a service, we owe Nigerians the duty of preventing the import and export of cargo that could undermine their well-being and security. These medical importations have expired, while others are not evaluated by NAFDAC and could cause damages to Nigerians if consumed.
Exception is a testament of our continued dedication and commitments to safeguarding our borders from the importation of illicit and harmful substances. The negative impacts of drugs such as cannabis indica on individuals, families, and society at large ranges from destruction of lives, increase in crime, fueling violence, and crisis, as well as other societal vices. By keeping these dangerous substances out of our communities, we are preventing untold harm and helping secure a safer future for our citizens, particularly our youths, who are more vulnerable to the allure of these harmful substances. Today, we hand over these consignments, along with the suspects involved, to the NDLE for further investigation and prosecution. The full weight of the law will be brought to bear on those individuals who remain resolute that anyone caught attempting to smuggle contraband or banned substances into Nigeria will face the same fate.
The rate of illicit drug smuggling in recent times is too alarming and worrisome. For instance, between 13th October 2024 and 12th November 2024 alone, our operatives intercepted a total of 1,373 parcels of cannabis sativa weighing 1,337 kg and 362 packs of Tramadol tablets of 225 mg each, abandoned at various locations, including the Abeokuta Axis, the Agbawo, Igbamtuku area of Yewa North Local Government, and the Meko Afon Axis, among others.
Just before I round up this week edition of the program Custom Sport, we brought you a report of some of the important events that took place in the Nigerian Customs Service, where at the end of November, they've already made their targets all over the country. For me, thanks for watching.